Welcome back to Comic Confidential, a pop culture podcast, a weekly show where we discuss the hottest stuff from the wonderful world of pop culture. I'm your host, Cade, and alongside me today in the studio, that is Troy.
That's me, pal.
Welcome.
Welcome to you.
Yeah, welcome to you. Welcome to your very first podcast, Troy. How has it been so far?
I'm nervous.
You're nervous?
I'm nervous.
I think you've got this.
It's my first time.
Your first time?
And
look, I'll be slow and I'll be gentle.
Just be gentle. I know you fairly well, so I know it's going to be over pretty quick.
Yeah.
So I expect a bit of a like a wham bam thank you man podcast.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
There you go. That's definitely my style, so let's get this bad boy done.
100%. So I know at some point that I said that I wasn't going to, be on the show for a while, but here I am still here.
It keeps calling you back.
It keeps calling me back. How can I miss it? How could I possibly miss it?
You drove many hours to be part of it today.
I did. It was it's an 8-hour round trip, but it's worth it just to see your beautiful face, my friend.
That's almost the same length of a Melbourne's commuter to work.
Yeah, exactly. Just a regular day in the life of a Melbourneian.
Yeah, and they just like, listen to this pretentious prick.
Once a week he has to drive 8 hours. Try living 15 minutes from the city and having to travel fucking, 4 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, what a life. That
Gotta
city
love it.
life,
Gotta
Jam.
love that big city life.
I love it. To all our Melbourne listeners, hey, if you're on your commute, we believe in you.
Give us a like.
And we salute you.
Give us a like. Give us a share if you're on your commute. Jump on your Facebook. Do it.
Don't listen to him.
No, I want that.
We're here.
And say, I'm commuting with the CC boys.
We're here to support you on your trip. And even if you're not in Melbourne, maybe you're in Sydney. I don't know if it's as bad.
No, Sydney commuters can only share next week.
Okay, fine. Oh, man. What's been happening?
Man, this week it's San Diego Comic-Con.
It is.
So we're kind of getting these like little trickles of news coming out. Nothing like super big has dropped yet.
Yeah.
AKA the Aquaman trailer, which by all reports from the CC radio station here, that it will drop immediately after we release this episode.
Yeah, pretty much straight away. But we'll I don't know when we're going to get a chance to talk about that, but hopefully at some point, because I'm really interested to see what it's like.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like, I don't want to say it's make or break, but it is like there's a lot riding on this movie.
Yeah, definitely, and they've really got the best actor in the world to put all this weight on.
The Rock 2.0.
Yeah, The Rock 2.0.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I spoke about this, I think it might have been in our bonus episode or something like that, but I spoke about it where that's kind of my only concern for this movie.
Yeah, definitely. Is Aquabro going to be able to carry this all the way through? Yeah,
well, if you look at a lot of the movies that he has been the lead in, like they've been okay, but I mean, God, you look at the Conan the Barbarian remake.
Ooh.
Average AF.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like just good enough.
Yeah. So I don't know how Jason Momoa is as a leading man yet. He's definitely a good second. Like, he's good to have in your movie. He's definitely, like, he's an imposing presence. He sort of has this star factor, definitely.
Yep.
I just don't know if he has what it takes to act outside of being Jason Momoa.
Yeah, well, the thing with the Aquaman movie is it has a bloody killer supporting cast.
Yeah.
So hopefully they kind of, and I say hopefully, but I think they're going to lean on the supporting members quite a lot in this movie.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, it's just, I guess I haven't seen a lot of Amber Heard's movies as well. I've seen a couple.
Yep.
And it's the same sort of thing with her as well. Like, I don't know how she is going to be. And these two are going to be the ones that are going to be leading this movie.
Yeah.
And that's my only concern. Very happy with the rest of the cast. Very happy with the director. Seems to be very little studio interference that we know of.
Extremely happy. Over the moon, some would say that Nicole Kidman is in this movie.
Absolutely. I mean, she's probably like my 14th or 15th favorite actor.
And I'm glad they got him in
from
there
Australia.
for you.
No, but like she obviously, like, she's an Oscar winner, right?
I think so.
If she's not an Oscar winner, she's Oscar nominated
at least,
many
minimum.
times. Yeah. So, she's definitely got what it takes to act in an Aquaman movie, that's for sure. But Dolph Lundgren's in it. That's all I care about.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
Do you think he's going to say the line?
Which line?
You know, the one line he's known for.
Oh, if he dies, he dies.
Yeah. I would die if they made him say that.
Oh man, that'd be so good.
Oh,
I don't think
I'll be
they
disappointed.
will.
I'm disappointed if they don't now.
Well, look, you know, he's been in 3 Expendables movies and they didn't get him to say it then.
Yeah, how ridiculous is that?
And if he was ever going to say it, it was in those ridiculous Expendables movies, which I love.
Maybe he's just been holding it for the right movie, saving it for the right boy.
Maybe. He's like, I got one more shot at this.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do it right. Well, don't forget, he's also going to be in Creed 2.
Oh, he is going to be in Creed 2?
As Ivan Drago.
Oh, he has to say it in there.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, because I think the whole premise of Creed 2 is that Adonis Creed fights Ivan Drago's kid.
Oh,
right?
okay.
And I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, Ivan Drago, like, trains his kid to fight Creed because he's beaten a Creed before.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe he'll say it then. He's like, hey, son, if you ever, like, you know, if you knock him down and, like, he looks like he's really hurt, just say, if he dies, he dies. People will think you're really cool.
Yeah.
For decades.
And like, really badass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Talking about badass, Troy.
Yeah.
How about that new Titans trailer that dropped?
Yeah, boy.
Holy moly. This has got a bit of a divide on the internet because...
What?
It has. It's blowing up, like, comment parts of the internet. Facebook, Reddit.
Here's a new shirt for you, buddy. Fuck the internet.
Hey, I like that. I might make that.
Make that shirt. Hashtag fuck the internet. Because, you know, like, I mean, you could put out
the best trailer and people are going to hate it.
Yeah, there'll be a
nature of the
subset
internet.
of people out there that will go, oh, it's the fucking shittest thing I've ever seen. You know?
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But you know what? I kind of understand a little bit of the backlash about the Robin in this trailer because...
It doesn't seem like Dick Grayson,
Yeah,
right?
It doesn't seem like Dick Grayson at all.
Look, I get it, yeah.
And I don't mind it because this is just a retelling. This is just a different version.
Correct.
I don't need it to be comic book accurate. I like these different takes on these characters.
Yeah.
I like that this Robin is as badass as he is. I like that he's actually kind of Jason Todd.
Also, 2-minute trailer.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can only take so much out of it. And you can't sit there and say that Dick Grayson Robin didn't get in some shit.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You know, you can't, like, Dick Grayson Robin never got blood on him. You know, he never got down and dirty and, you know, fucked shit up and, you know, excuse my language. But, yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh, I do.
Yeah. So, like, you can only take so much from this.
What do you think?
But I do understand. Like, I get it, but I don't know what else they could have shown you, you know, unless it's like just this kid running around in little green, you know, dick togs.
And you know what? That's what people would want. That's what I think people want is like super classic Batman and Robin with him running around.
In that, and then he progresses to Nightwing and decides to put some fucking pants on.
Yeah. Full head to toe suit.
Yeah.
So, I really enjoyed the trailer. I love the Snyderverse, like the darker views and everything.
Come on,
man, that's just me.
This is not the Snyderverse.
Hey, this has Snyderverse written all over it.
Maybe
it looks like it. It looks like it in this trailer.
We need to move past the Snyderverse.
No, man,
okay?
I like the Snyderverse. You can like what you like. I like this.
I like Zack Snyder's movies. Don't get me wrong. I have always been a champion of the man's vision, just not his storytelling.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Fair enough. Well, I liked all of it, Troy, and this is fitting right in with that kind of world. So I'm digging it. I like the darkness, the grittiness, the fucking Batmans.
The fucking Batmans.
Yeah. Like that.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
And I like the brutality of this Robin.
Well,
he's shooting guns, Troy. He's powing and snapping necks.
Snapping necks and cashing checks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, look, we'll see what happens. I mean, again, it's only a 2-minute trailer, so you can only take so much from it. But they obviously have a vision, and it is not the CW.
Yeah.
Which is the one thing that I'm very happy about, is that it's so far from what we've seen. Obviously, it doesn't seem CW-ish.
Let's talk about the other characters.
Sure.
Starfire.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
This is one of those things where it looks nothing like the comic book character, right?
Yep.
But I do like where, you know, we actually, you know, see her using her powers. It looks a lot better than, you know, what I probably would have imagined, having seen like the behind the scenes set photos initially.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you on that one. I think the internet's disappointed that they didn't make her a little sexy person.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And it's like, come on, move past that. That's more than what that character is. I understand that, that's actually, you could say it's an integral part of the character. But this is like what we said with the Robin. It's a retelling.
I don't understand, what is the definition of the term sexy?
Exactly, Troy.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, everyone has it within them to be sexy. Just because the character doesn't fit the orange-skinned, big-boobed, like small waist perception from the comics, doesn't mean that the character themselves can't be sexy. That's just ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
But anyway.
That's very well put from you there, Troy.
Thank you so much.
What do you think of Beast Boy?
Green. He's just a green kid, isn't he?
Well, we haven't seen a lot from him.
No.
Like, we've seen his eyes glow really green in one little scene, and that's about it.
Yeah,
so
he's just a green kid.
I don't want to see him transform yet. I want that to be for the show.
I am concerned that, it's great that we've got the Beast Boy character. I'm just concerned that it's going to be a lot of, like Vixen from the,
I was going to say,
from the CW.
What's the odds they do a Vixen style power?
And it's like, it's just always gorilla power.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just that one thing that they've nailed the CGI on.
So they use that template over and over.
And it's just like, I'm just going to keep turning into a gorilla. You know what I mean? Or it's just like there's always reasons as to why he doesn't actually turn into anything. Or it's even worse than that, and he doesn't actually transform.
I don't think he is going to transform.
Takes on the strength and the
the
agility
abilities
and stuff like that of the animal.
That's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah.
Which is very much like the Vixen character from the CW.
Yeah, except it's got that weird aura glow of like,
yeah,
a gorilla beating its chest or
I think
whatever.
we'll get that.
That would be disappointing. Get a little bit of Hawk and Dove in there too.
Yes. Dove's little like razor blade wings.
Razor blade wings.
Cut some guy's legs open like that.
Yeah, like that. It's pretty cool. You get to see Raven.
Yes.
Yep, as well, and seems to be an integral character to this whole thing.
Yeah, it seems to be the driving force behind what the series might be.
And that was one of the criticisms from the early behind-the-scenes shots as well, is that, she looks stupid. But I tell you what, she didn't friggin' look stupid in the trailer.
Oh, God, no. She looked amazing and is killing it. There's a lot of backlash that the age is wrong, and it's like, come on. Like, not everything from the comics does have to go to the TV screens.
Here's my thing. If you want something that is your perceived vision of something, go out and make it.
Yeah.
Right? And if you can't make it, leave it to the people who can and let them give you their vision, okay? It's not always going to be the same as yours, but if you want something different, go out and make it. There is absolutely nothing stopping you from making that happen. So go and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay?
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
All right? So that's what I feel about that. Now, what do you feel about the very recent James Gunn being fired from Guardians of the Galaxy?
Very knee-jerk reaction.
Hell yes.
I don't know why this has really happened, because these are tweets that have been out there in the world forever. Has someone
from 2008?
Yeah, did someone from Disney jump on James Gunn's Twitter feed and just kept scrolling and scrolling for like weeks?
Let's see if I can find some shit.
Yeah, this guy didn't sign my shirt, so I'm going to find some shit on him.
Well, look, this is the whole, and we never get political in the show, and we're going to keep it that way. But this is the whole, like, he's been very, very, very outspoken anti-Trump, and that's fine. But what's happened is because, he has been making such strong comments lately, I think people have been digging into, like, trying to essentially find shit on him.
Yeah.
And these tweets have resurfaced, and he, made some very unfortunate, distasteful jokes about, some very touchy subjects that probably shouldn't be joked about.
Yeah.
And, he's owned it. And, I mean, at what point do you go, okay, like we've already had you under our wing, and you've made 2 fantastic movies, and you've apologized for these things. You apologized for them back then.
Yeah.
All this sort of stuff. So I don't know. At what point do you just go, James, please don't ever say that shit again?
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like, just let things die.
Yeah.
Just forget about it.
But that is the age we live in, and that's where all you kids out there have to be careful with what you say, because
On the internet,
because it is there forever, and at some point it can come back, as you have seen right now, and bite you in the ass.
What's that? 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Damn.
So, how many movies has James Gunn made or produced or written in the past 10 years? Right? And it's never been an issue, but now it's come to light, and it's cost him, dearly.
Yeah.
It's costing us dearly.
As the viewers, absolutely.
Because we no longer have a James Gunn directed Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. They might turn around and change their mind. They might turn around and realize, okay, maybe we went a bit too far. But I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think they're ever going to get him back, because Disney are pretty stubborn.
Yeah.
Once they get rid of you, you're gone.
I did see one of the comments in our listener community was something, I can't remember. I want to say it was Ian, a young man named Ian, who said it, but the only way to fix it is to bring Taika Waititi in and have him direct Guardians 3.
I could see that working.
Yeah, so could I.
Yeah. Oh my God, he could bring Korg back.
But hey, why not?
Hey, this is how the universe works, baby. Bring that beautiful boy back, that rocky boy.
Bring him back. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, maybe we can get something good out of this very shitty situation. But
you know what I can see happening from this?
What's that?
I can see James Gunn deferring to DC.
Ooh, you think so?
Yeah. Could you imagine James Gunn directing The Flash?
Because Warner Brothers don't care.
No, they'll take anyone, man.
Warner Brothers don't give a shit about what you did.
I've got 13 unopened letters from Warner Brothers.
Yeah, maybe. Why not?
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
And I think he could do it.
Yeah. It's we need to see what happens with the DC universe first, with Aquaman and then Shazam not long after.
Yeah.
But yeah, why not?
That's going to raise an interesting question about what's going to happen with some of the key characters in Guardians of the Galaxy. Adam Warlock.
Well, I mean, like, there's obviously, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 was set to start filming soon. So there's obviously a story there already. They obviously know where they're going and what they're going to do. Now they just need someone to come in and
point the cameras in the
right direction, make the storyboards, do that, this, that, and the other. And, so maybe they're already halfway there.
Maybe
they know what's happening already. But
maybe they're living on a prayer.
Maybe. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's a shitty thing. I think it's a knee-jerk reaction as well. I think it's like way too much of an over-exaggeration of something. And what do you do?
It's the world we live in now, Troy.
Yeah. Piss off, Ghost.
Yo, I'm Luke Cage. You want to test me? You know where to find me. Woo, got it all, man.
Everybody talking about Luke Cage like he's Jesus.
I ain't no joke. I used to let the mic smoke.
The bulletproof black man. For the hard rocks, he's a ghetto boogeyman of their nightmares.
You can get a smack for this.
Really, guys?
You gotta know we tried, man.
I ain't no joke.
But one man cannot save a community.
You can't keep doing what you're doing.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
For this week's show, we went back to the streets of Harlem to see if Season 2 of Luke Cage can undo some of the major issues the Marvel Netflix universe has had since, well, the second half of its first season aired back in late 2016. With that, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones Season 2, and to a lesser extent The Defenders being so poorly received, can Harlem's hero flip the script on them and actually produce some quality content? Cade, what is the show about, my friend?
As his fame and responsibility soar, Luke Cage finds his life upended by a mysterious newcomer with powers of his own and his sights set firmly on Harlem.
Indeed. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So critically, Rotten Tomatoes, it has an 84% score, which is actually pretty high.
That's very high.
And an audience score of 70%. On IMDb, the average episode score is about 8.5 out of 10.
Oh.
Which is pretty impressive.
I wonder how that compares to the other Netflix series.
Didn't go that far.
Yeah, it would have been interesting. I feel like that would be pretty close to what season 1 of Daredevil was.
Nah. I think season 1 of Daredevil is a bit higher than that.
Wouldn't be much higher.
It'd be like 8.9 or something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's still in the 8s, though.
Yeah. Look, it's pretty good, but it is IMDb, so,
True.
you got to take that with the biggest grain of salt you can find. Mike Coulter is in this as Luke Cage, obviously. We've got Simone Missick as Misty Knight, Alfre Woodard as Mariah Stokes, Theo Rossi as Shades, Mustafa Shakir as Bushmaster, and then you've got Gabrielle Dennis, Rosario Dawson's back, Thomas Q. Jones, Reg E. Cathy, and Antonique Smith, amongst many others. So, Cade, do you want to do a little spoiler-free thing just in case? I mean, we're doing this a few weeks after, obviously a few weeks. It's like a month after or something.
Yeah.
We're a little bit late. This episode was supposed to drop a couple of weeks ago, but we kind of had some scheduling issues. But we're doing it now, okay?
Yeah.
All right?
Deal with it.
Deal with it. So, do you want to do a little bit of a non-spoiler thing, or should we just get into it?
I think let's do a very brief
Okay.
spoiler-free thing.
We'll keep it to about, we'll keep it maybe 5 minutes, and we'll just do, some very quick overall thoughts.
Yeah, I was going to say, how about this? We do very quick overall thoughts, spoiler-free, and then we get into the good stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So, overall, I thought the season, man, they got to stop with the 13 episodes.
Yeah, it's a bit rough.
It's a bit rough. I mean, the pacing in this season was better than, say, previous Netflix shows, but it's still 13 seasons is a little bit too much, in my opinion. Yeah. They tell a lot of unneeded story.
Yeah.
So once they kind of realize they don't need to fluff out a Netflix series, bring it down to 8. You're going to have some really good, tight storytelling. With Luke Cage, you're always going to have a banging soundtrack.
A banging soundtrack.
Man, if they release soundtracks for the Netflix series?
Well, they do for Luke Cage, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are CDs. Oh my God, CDs, Troy. That's a soundtrack that you would want to download.
Whoa,
showing my age there.
The '90s episode was a couple of weeks ago, buddy.
Yeah, wow.
I will up your 8 episodes to 10.
Okay,
I think you could comfortably do 10, and have 10 hours of content. But I think 13 is definitely too much.
I'll agree with you on that because there was about 3 episodes of filler in this.
Yeah. And I would say Defenders, 8 seasons was not enough.
8 seasons?
Oh, sorry, 8 episodes was not enough.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I think Defenders definitely needed to be 10.
Yeah.
Not 13.
So meet in the middle.
Yeah, meat in the middle.
I like that.
That's how I like my meat.
In the middle.
In the middle.
Well, you don't want a sandwich of 2 pieces of meat and the bread's in the middle.
Ooh. Or do I?
Did we just invent a new sandwich?
Oh my God, the reverse sandwich.
I like that.
I am in.
I'm going to get that. Get me some ham. Get me some bread. Just 1 piece.
I like it.
Yeah. Back to this, though, Troy.
Okay, sure.
Luke Cage, way more powerful.
Yeah.
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 Is this a knock-on effect of what happened in Defenders?
Well, no, it's a knock-on effect of what happened in season 1 of Luke Cage.
Was that in season 1?
Because they reference it. Because it's the situation where he gets shot with the Judas bullets.
Yes.
And he has to go and find the that doctor, and he gets put in the bathtub.
In the acid bath.
In the acid bath.
I couldn't remember if that was in Defenders or not.
Yeah, so they referenced it at some point early on in the season that is kind of what has given him his, because he gets hit with a Judas bullet in this, and he almost just brushes it off basically.
Yeah.
It kind of knocks him down, but he just gets up, and it's like, wow.
There you go.
Yeah, and then they reference it there that he's stronger than he was before.
Yeah, cool, because I do like it.
Yeah.
And it has to kind of happen because it's a season 2. Things have to be bigger and better.
Exactly.
Bigger and badder.
Bigger and badder.
Bigger and stronger, Troy.
Exactly.
And we kind of get that with Bushmaster.
Yeah.
Very, very good villain.
Oh, yeah, look, I loved him. I thought he was great. Like, as soon as he came onto the screen, he had this kind of like this charisma. Sort of thing.
He had a presence about him.
Yeah. Now, in my notes throughout the entire season, I was calling him Bishmaster. But, it's by the end of it, I'm like, oh, I can't call him that anymore. He's actually pretty great. So it is. It's probably one of the better villains we've seen within the Marvel Netflix universe, aside from Kingpin, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give you that. His motives were a little weird.
And Kilgrave.
In Kilgrave?
Sorry.
Ooh.
If I can go there first, yeah. Just
Kilgrave
get in there before the David Tennant fans jump on me on the
Who
internet.
Army come get you.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know who I really dug in this season? And that was Shades.
Shades.
Yeah, I thought he was a bit of a scene stealer in every moment that he was in.
Yeah.
I thought his relationship with Mariah was very off-putting.
Very, very strange.
Yeah, because there's some scenes where Shade looked like he's 25 years old.
Yeah.
And then there's some scenes where Shade looks like he's 45 years old.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when his fade is started to grow out a little bit, you can start seeing a little bit of the silver tips on it.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, now it doesn't seem so weird. There might be like 10, 15 years difference in between these two characters.
He's obviously quite a bit younger, though, and that's not the problem. It's just they just seem very odd together.
And you know what? Their scenes feel off.
Yeah.
They feel forced. It's like the characters, the actors don't actually want to do this.
Yeah, like the scenes with them just like dialoguing together, great.
Fantastic.
Yeah, but when they're actually having to get like kissy and
The moments-
bum grabby and stuff like that, it's,
the moments seem fake.
Yeah.
And they don't seem genuine. It's all forced. I don't even think that storyline was needed.
yeah. There's which storyline?
The story,
the fact that they're together.
Yeah.
Together. I think they needed to give a reason as to why Shades was so set on following her with whatever she did.
yeah, maybe. But he could have just been in for financial gain as well.
Well, I think they could have just played it like, like Shades is a soldier. He's not a leader.
Yeah.
He's a soldier. He's always been a soldier.
Yep.
He's always happy, to be the number two. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Rather than kind of, take the lead and, rule the kingdom and all that sort of
definitely.
stuff, you know what I mean?
But he
yeah, I
seems to
don't
have a lot. Well, he obviously has a lot of street smarts about him because he's constantly telling Mariah that she's kind of messing things up.
know. Yeah.
So, I think he could lead.
Yeah.
He's just not in that right area.
Yeah.
It's obvious that Harlem isn't the area that he wants to lead.
Yeah.
So that's fair enough. Final note here is the action was amazing this season.
A lot better.
A lot better than
lot
that
better.
first season because holy moly, the first season of Luke Cage, I think you got about 2 fight scenes.
Yeah.
This one, he was fighting every motherfucker.
Well, I think with this, like, I've got to say two things if I can. The fact that they kept Bushmaster throughout the entire show was a big
win.
big win.
Yes.
I think they knew they stuffed up in season 1 as well when they got rid of Cottonmouth and brought in the guy whose name I can't even remember. Diamondback. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like that character just did not have the same sort of on screen, just I don't know, presence as as Cottonmouth.
Definitely. Diamondback was a gimmick.
Yeah.
That's how he felt,
Yeah.
and that's how it came across. And then he wore a suit that made him even more gimmicky.
Yeah, but you're also talking about an actor who is trying to basically come in after, an Academy Award winning actor and Mahershala Ali has, kind of knocked it out the park for 6 episodes, and that's going to be hard anyway.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
try following that.
Yeah, try following that. The other thing I want to say is I was a little bit worried early on that this was you could almost call this, Black Mariah featuring Luke Cage for a bit.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? I was very concerned that it was just it was focusing way too much on that.
Yep.
But as the season progressed, initially, I was very questionable about Alfre Woodard in this role, just purely because I don't know, she just seemed to be just hamming it up. I don't know, it was just I had this feeling. But by the end of it, and there's one episode in particular towards the end where I'm like, holy shit, I am sold.
Yeah,
and I think it was the scene where she was. Well, I can't really go into it because we're not doing spoilers yet. But it was a scene towards the end where she's talking to her daughter,
and there's a change.
Yeah, and I'm like, holy shit, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm in.
And I also got about 300 coffee jokes in this season.
Yeah.
It's just okay, guys, coffee means sex.
Yeah, but it was even somebody off the street asked him if he wanted to. It's so well known that, Luke Cage bangs you after he asks
coffee.
You for coffee that even people off the street are like, hey, you want to go get a coffee?
So he's obviously had coffee with a fair few ladies from Harlem.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think he's a caffeine fiend.
Yeah, fair enough.
Overall, though, how'd you go? What do you think?
Overall, I rate this season, man.
Cool.
This was really good. This is probably third in line for me.
Third.
Yeah. I like this season more than Jessica Jones season 1, which kind of sat in that number 3 spot for me.
Yeah, okay.
So it goes Daredevil season 2, Luke Cage season 2.
Nice. I would probably put it as 4th.
Okay.
For me, in the same spot. Like, you're pretty much where I am.
Yeah.
I would just probably put it behind season 1 of Jessica Jones. That's
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Very close seasons, both very good, both very different.
Yeah.
So, good
Okay.
spot for it.
All
Good
right,
spot.
well, that's if you haven't seen it, that's a recommend by both of us. It's a rate by both of us to go out and check it out. So yeah, do yourself time. Like, it is, you are going to struggle at points because it is 13
bloody episodes.
13 episodes. That's 13 hours of content. But we're going to get into some spoilers.
Yeah.
So let's do that.
All right.
Hey, what we didn't touch on is Misty Knight.
Well, we'll get into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have some things to say?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
So I'm gonna tell you my good stuff, my bad stuff.
Yeah. Well, look, we'll do what we've been doing. So
It's fun.
We want good, bad, and then the ugly truth at the end. So what's the good stuff?
The good stuff. See you later, Claire.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was so happy, and you know what? Hands off, like golf clap to Marvel for not bringing her back in that final episode.
Yeah. Well, they did,
but not
but didn't.
for good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I saw her and I was like, don't. And then Luke Cage is like, get her on out of here, man.
Yeah, don't want to see her.
Yeah. Oh, I was so happy.
Yeah.
I actually audible said yes.
You did like that "Oh What a Feeling" Toyota jump.
Yeah.
And you just paused in the air.
I was there for 10 minutes. I was that happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fantastic because, man, she felt like such a drag.
Yeah. Okay.
And I understand Luke Cage kind of needs that thing to fight for.
Yeah.
But he already had that with Harlem.
Yeah. He's got an entire it's a suburb. What's a borough?
He's got a couple of blocks to look after.
But he's got the entire borough of Harlem to look after. He don't need no woman.
No,
You know
not
what I
at
mean?
all. And it kind of came to a head in the season where he's like, you can't be around while I'm doing this stuff because you're going to get hurt.
Yeah.
Fair enough, too. He's bulletproof. She's not.
Yeah.
She knows a few... Well, actually, you know what? She has defeated the Hand single-handedly.
Yeah.
So she can fight with Misty Knight and so on and so on.
Yeah.
So, Troy, she's off to go defend another borough in the...
No, she's going to Staten Island. There's no one that's looking after Staten Island yet.
So she's gone there.
She's off to Staten Island to look after that. So she's with the Wu-Tang Clan over there.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I was a little bit concerned. I thought she had staying power when I heard they had a bloody Misty Knight theme song in this.
No, they had a Night Nurse theme
Oh,
song.
Night Nurse. Yeah, sorry. And I was like, oh no.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
when
cemented her?
It's when they were getting
Getting it
busy.
on, yeah.
It's when they were getting busy. There was a Night Nurse song playing in the background.
It's like, damn, that's weird.
And I'm like, that's strange.
Yeah, it is weird.
But,
imagine you're going at it and you're playing the CC theme. Be over very quickly.
Oh yeah, my girlfriend is not happy when I do that.
Yeah, she hates that.
Yeah, look, it was pretty strange, but I worry then that and look, I mean, if they do bring her back in that capacity, that's fine, but don't have her as this kind of I'm a love interest for Matt, and I'm going to get involved in his shit, and then I'm going to go and get involved in Luke Cage's shit, and then I'm going to be his love interest, and then I'm going to go hang out with Iron Fist, and then
I'm creating diversity, and now I'm feeling I'm in love with Jessica Jones.
Yeah, exactly. All that sort of stuff. So I don't know. I mean, if you're gonna make her a character like that, make her Night Nurse.
Yeah,
do that, but don't have her as Claire Temple, the person that there's the moral compass. Goddamn.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I'm so happy. There's reports coming out that she is done with the Netflix universe.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay.
So
interesting.
Little celebration going on with this boy.
Well, look, we've already got a Karen Page. We've already got a ridiculously vocal moral compass.
Yeah, we don't need another.
We don't need another. I've never really understood the whole trope of, I'm a hero and I want to save people, but, I have that someone in my life that doesn't want me doing that. You know what I mean? Because how selfish is that?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's like you have the ability to go and make a difference and change the world and save people's lives, but I don't want you to do it because you could get hurt.
You know who?
You know what I mean?
You know
Like
who doesn't do that, Troy?
Who?
Lois Lane.
She doesn't.
No, she's like, go out there, big boy. Go save the day.
Go do it.
Yeah, I'll be here.
Fly, big boy. Go fly.
Go fly.
Yeah.
Talking about like just general heroes and stuff, Troy, I love that Luke Cage kind of got retconned. So we kind of said this in our initial thoughts where he's now stronger, bigger, and badder.
Yeah.
That's really good because this character needs to be an almost unstoppable force.
Yeah. And I think, like, I was a little bit concerned initially, like, how they were going to play off the whole, like, Bushmaster being as strong and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you can see throughout the season that he's not.
Yes.
He has these moments, when he's under the influence of the herb,
the flower.
The flower, I can't remember what it's called. That he still gets hurt.
Yep.
If he gets shot, he gets hurt. Like, the bullets don't bounce off him. It's still like they dig into his skin and stuff like that. And yes, he does have strength and all that, but it's finite.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And you don't have that with Luke Cage. And I think it's good in the end that they kind of got around to that. And it's like, oh, okay, now you don't have access to this stuff. Now, I'm going to show you what a real man can do. And then he takes steroids, basically.
Yeah.
So he just takes this big old chunk of friggin' flour, and then he's like, he's going crazy. And then Luke Cage still manages to stop him anyway. So
Yeah.
I like it.
How
I liked it.
How deflating to that person's ego would that be?
Yeah, very much so.
Because Bushmaster was like, I got this done.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm taking the whole lot. I don't care if you told me to only take half of it. Like, why would you give him the whole thing? You know he's going to take it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Don't do it.
I mean, so there is a character. I can't remember what the character is. I don't know if it's in my notes at all. But she basically... No, I don't have it. I don't have it in my notes. But Mariah's daughter is a character in the comics as well. And it's like...
Oh, yeah. I remembered it on my way over here, and it's completely gone.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But basically, she is a villain.
Yeah.
And she's just a scientist.
Yeah, effectively.
Yeah.
And that's why, she uses the lipstick to kill Mariah, which I
Weird.
was not expecting.
I did.
Once she did it, I knew what was coming, but I wasn't expecting Mariah to die in this season.
I was.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Once that daughter came in and I saw how red her lips were, I said to my wife, I was like, that's poison.
No, I know that. Like, we could all see that coming a mile away, Chip. You're not special.
No, I feel like I was all over it there.
But what I mean is, for this season, like the way it was progressing, I didn't see Mariah being killed off. It's like they were building for her to be the next big villain, for the the thing. And it kind of took that weird turn where she died and Luke Cage effectively took her place.
Yes.
Which I thought was a strange choice.
Yeah, it is a bit of a strange choice. I'll ask you about that, like when we're doing the final wrap up, because I have an idea of like what might happen there. Let's move on to. Let's talk about our. Do you want to talk about the villains?
Yeah, I haven't. We still haven't talked about Misty Knight yet.
Yeah, I'm saving her for my bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I do want to reference the fact that we got a little bit of Daughters of the Dragon action.
Oh yeah.
With
the one bar scene.
Yeah, but it was still pretty cool because they did it with Misty Knight missing an arm still.
And then when she tried to punch him,
yeah.
I felt so bad.
Yeah.
I felt so bad. I was laughing at essentially a crippled person,
yeah,
Troy.
But it was so well done because the muscle memory is still there.
Yeah.
And and she's still trying to, throw this sort of like right hand and stuff and it's just not there. And it was just good to like we don't need an entire show on this. We don't need, that to be the focus of Iron Fist season 2 or anything like that, but I'm just glad they kind of gave us that little nod to that, And I like Colleen Wing too, so it was good to see.
Yeah, she's good. Actually, now that you brought him up, let's talk about it. Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Man, I love this. This has really got me pumped for Iron Fist season 2. If they have Danny Rand like
pumping?
this. Fist pumping.
Are you fist pumping?
Oh man, I'm double fisting. Yeah. Take note, season 1. This is what needed to be.
Yeah, it's kind of like, so this is the showrunner for this for Luke Cage, Chio Coker. This is obviously his kind of interpretation of the character and how they like how he believes it should be, right?
Yeah.
So I think he did a fantastic job.
It was
with
spot on.
And God, we got so much goddamn Power Man and Iron Fist action.
Oh, it
in
was
that one
so
episode.
good.
Yeah, it was definitely a highlight. And I think it's kind of changed a lot of people's minds, about how kind of interested they are in season 2 of Iron Fist.
Yeah, definitely. What they've done is they took away the Tibetan ritual part of Iron Fist and just made him a normal dude.
Yeah. He's just a guy who, believes in, centering himself and like all that sort of stuff and loves pork and, all that sort of stuff, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Some of the action in this is the action in this episode is the action that we should have gotten in Iron Fist season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I don't see 2 Iron Fists in season 2, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Well, that's the whole thing with this is that it's finally to the point where it's not, I can't make my fist glow.
He's just make it glowy whenever he wants.
Exactly. And I think that's kind of that was a big part of the problem is because they were constantly playing on that in season 1.
Yeah.
It's oh no, I can't focus my chi, so I can't make my hand glow, so I'm just a guy that knows kung fu real good. It's well, that still puts you 10 levels ahead of Claire Temple, and she's beating up people, so just go beat up people.
Exactly.
You don't need a glowy hand to do that, apparently.
Go throw a bundle of cash at them, Danny.
Yeah, just start throwing $100 bills at them and just distract them. But it's kind of the fact that they've kind of retconned that, or not retconned, but they've kind of obviously
corrected.
He's advanced to the point now where it's just
hey, you need
look
a light?
at my fist. Yeah, it's he can turn his fist on and make it glow quicker than I can find the light on my iPhone.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. Easy.
And I like that. So yeah, it's it was really good, and I am really looking forward to season 2 of Iron Fist if they continue with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I want to talk about, Troy, is the villains in this, because I feel like the showrunners did something really, really good with this season.
Yeah.
And we had 2 villains.
Yes.
We had Black Mariah.
Yeah.
And we had Bushmaster.
Yeah.
What was cool is that these villains were so different, but they were intertwined.
Yeah.
In the sense that Bushmaster was the physical threat that Luke had to go defeat.
Yeah.
And, he was an unfittable force for him.
Yeah.
Something that was actually difficult for him to do. And in the end, spoilers, he actually doesn't defeat him. They kind of just part their separate ways.
Yeah.
Which was an interesting take on that. Probably one of the first villains that hasn't been killed in MCU history.
Well, Kingpin's still around, which is good.
True.
So there is that. But yeah, it's it's smart. It's they know that they've got something here.
Yeah.
And let's not get rid of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think he there's every chance that he could be back.
Yeah. 100%.
And it's great. How'd you go with his accent?
It's not an accent that I can do.
Yeah.
So I think there were times where it was very hard to understand what people were saying.
Yeah.
You know
I've seen a lot of reports that people had to turn on subtitles when he was talking.
Yeah.
And the thing when I hear accents is it's almost like a second later my brain computes what's being said.
Yeah, yeah. So there were a couple of back and forths where you're just hang on, what?
Yeah.
And I might have missed some subtle little things here and there, but yeah, I think it had to be that way. I mean, the kid is not from America, is he? You know what I mean? He's from Jamaica. He's not from, just down the road. He's not from, Jamaica, Queens. He's from Jamaica, and, it's got to be like that.
That's it.
And that's fine.
Black Mariah.
Yeah.
Interesting character arc this season.
Yeah.
Back half is where she really shines.
Oh, big time.
Because the first half was not good.
No.
Because I was like, why are we even... I'll dip into a little bit of my bad because Black Mariah was just so slow the first half of this season, and I had no idea where they were going. I was like, come on.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you on that.
It was genuinely some of the most uninteresting TV I've ever seen.
Yeah.
However, we do see her kind of shifted up a gear into the second half of the season, where she kind of retaliates against Bushmaster because what he's done has finally affected her.
Yeah.
Because originally he was just kind of a little bit of a nuisance in the background.
Yeah.
Making his presence felt, not really doing too much to interfere with Mariah.
Yeah.
As soon as he went in there and took all her money,
That was it.
That's when things got real.
Yep.
When he tried to kill her
Yeah, when
in
he
her
tried
own
to-
house.
That to me was very annoying.
Oh.
By the way, just that scene.
Because the daughter could have just untied her and they walked out of the house?
Yeah. Because at no point did there seem to be any fucking danger.
Yeah.
Like the entire house is burning down except for all of the living room
Yeah.
where they actually were.
Yeah.
I couldn't, like, I actually wrote in my notes that was a great episode, but that ending was shithouse.
Yeah.
The
Why?
fact that, like, you know, and it's like, oh, you know, Luke Cage is like walking down the street or something, and it's like, oh, Mariah's house is burning down, champ. And then in all this time, he has enough time to like run over there, grab her out, and the daughter's still like standing there, just kind of looking at her, like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you could fucking untie her. And maybe she's, you know, maybe they're trying to play off the point that she doesn't know if she deserves to live.
Yeah, but they
Maybe,
didn't do
but they
that.
didn't really kind of like, you know, mention that. So yeah, to me it was just like way too convenient.
Yeah, I was looking at that and I'm just like, come on. What is this scene doing?
Yeah.
So yeah, basically everything after that point, she really steps it up a gear to the point where I was like kind of disturbed with what she was doing.
Yeah.
Where she goes to the Jamaican, what would you call it? The hangout, the diner,
Yeah.
and shoots up the entire
Everyone.
place. Like everyone.
Yeah.
Patrons, owners, family.
Kids, yep.
It's like, damn, that's savage. And this is Shade's turning point.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's like, you're messed up, man.
Yeah, it's like, I'm a bad dude, but I ain't that dude.
Yeah, like you're genuinely evil. I'm a gangster, and gangsters have rules. What you're doing is just straight up massacring people.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Setting the uncle on fire, Troy.
Yeah, I know. It was a bit rough.
I'm surprised they got away with that.
Yeah.
To put that on TV, to be honest.
But I think like I agree with you completely in the sense that it was a rough start for her, but by the end I was completely sold.
Yeah, she
I was
became the queen.
Yeah, for real. So it was probably around episode 7, I would say that started to happen.
Yeah.
So it was about that, you know, almost halfway mark.
Yeah.
Pretty much almost straight in the halfway mark that it started to turn. And then there was a scene later on. I mentioned it earlier in the thing, but it's kind of the scene where she tells her daughter that she never loved her, and you know this, that, and the other, and you know she only had her because her uncle raped her and stuff like this, and like I was like, holy shit,
That's heartless.
like I'm like Jesus, but you know the whole scene was just, it was, you know, one of the best scenes in the entire season.
Yep.
As far as the acting and everything went, and you know, like that was the moment where I was just like, Alfred Woodard, Jesus Christ,
You've owned this.
yeah, like just sold, 100% sold.
Definitely.
So yeah,
And then we see her kind of step it up another level of being a badass when she's in jail.
yeah,
She's like, I run this shit.
yeah, I know. It was next level, man.
Was not expecting that.
No, but then you know she did die shortly
Yeah.
after, so yeah, it is
Got
what
it
it
just
is.
deserves. I felt like that was very much a Batman and the Joker scene
Yeah,
where I think one of the lines is like, you and I need each other type of thing.
Yeah.
Which is almost, I swear, just from my memory, that's almost a line for line from The Dark Knight.
similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Joker does say something along those lines, but yeah, yeah,
Clever.
clever.
Very much so. And it's kind of true.
Or plagiarism.
I mean, Luke Cage wouldn't really be a necessity if Mariah wasn't around causing the trouble for him.
True.
So,
All right, look, we've been going for a while. We've been going for about half an hour.
so let me just wrap up one more thing.
Okay.
My good part was I liked the twist for Shades with Comanche.
Okay, yeah.
That threw me. I was like, wow.
Like him.
Was not expecting that, where he had the prison relationship with Comanche.
Oh, I didn't really pick up on that.
Didn't you?
No,
Are you kidding?
no. I thought they were just boys.
No, they were in love with each other. They were
okay.
like lovers in prison.
Okay.
Prison love, baby.
I thought they were just like, I just thought they were like from that little gang from when they were
No.
kids. And they just had that relationship for, you know.
No.
for so long?
They were like a thing.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
So that's why it was like so heartbreaking for him to have
Yeah,
to kill him.
yeah. I just thought it was like, you know, if I had to shoot you. Nah, that
No.
wouldn't be that hard.
No, not at all.
Okay, so let's very quickly get into some bad.
Okay. I've kind of said this. Mariah's first half of the season was just a bit slow, bit draggy.
Yep.
Mariah's daughter didn't gel with me very well. I felt like she was kind of there for exposition as needed.
Yep.
Like Mariah's plans for family first. They needed someone to run it. That was her. And she was kind of there to enable and encourage and heal Bushmaster.
Yeah. But she was also there to be the foil for Mariah in the end as well. So
yeah.
That's probably the only time it kind of worked.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
It didn't gel with me.
Yep. I would say still too long.
Too long, yep.
Definitely there's some stuff in there, like we probably didn't need to go back to Jamaica when, Bushmaster was a kid and have like a...
We went back there twice.
Yeah. But, have an episode focus on that and stuff.
Yeah.
Like we probably didn't need it. There's definitely some stuff in there that they could trim. There's a lot of stuff, with this whole the cockroach guy and the plastic, the king of plastics. I know that's how like Mariah got her money, but there's a lot of that sort of stuff that we just didn't need.
Yep.
Like the whole domestic violence, cockroach beating his wife, and then Luke Cage beats him, and then gets a lawsuit that just gets thrown out later and never discussed again. Like all that sort of stuff. That's all stuff. That's all fat that you can trim.
Definitely.
To just keep this thing flowing. Anything else?
Yeah, Misty. She just felt unneeded in this season. Like completely. Her arcs just felt off and everything kind of felt a little bit forced. In the sense like you're now the captain of this police department and
I don't know if that's how things work.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I mean. Like it's just kind of done for the sake of doing it.
Yeah.
I felt like that was needed to maybe set something up later on.
Maybe. We'll certainly see. I think there was a lot of stuff that was, in that storyline as well wasn't needed. I like the character of Misty Knight.
I love the character. I think she's great.
I would like to see her around, but she should be working, like alongside Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Rather than, within this 13-episode storyline, having her own separate kind of story.
Yep.
Because that's why we have 13 episodes that we don't need. So, I like her and Luke together, but not as a couple. I like the fact that she turned him down. Is that going to come and crash at your house? She's like, hell no. I like it. So, yeah. Anything you would have done differently?
Good question.
Well, for me, there's a few things we've already spoken about. I think you need to make these things shorter.
Yeah, look, one of my notes there is I felt like the ending went for too long.
Well, let's talk about the ending for a sec. Let's give this a couple of minutes because this didn't sit well with me in the sense of, like, effectively Luke Cage is a bad guy now.
Yeah.
For the sake of
saving
keeping
Harlem.
The peace.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that is within the realms of the character.
Yeah.
Maybe it's happened at some point in the comics and I just haven't seen it, and that's fine. Like, I don't even know. It doesn't have to happen in the comics. But I don't know if that's kind of, where this character would go.
Yeah, it's pretty odd. But what it does do, Troy, because I don't agree with how it ended at all, because we see him meeting with other crime bosses and making deals, and it's like, man, you're kind of going against everything that you want.
Exactly.
Well, everything that you stand for.
Yeah.
And he actually gets kicked out of the barbershop for this. He's like, man, you can't run your business here no more.
Yeah.
If you're going to be a crime boss, you go do it elsewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Which, good on that young kid. He's a little hustler.
He is.
The beatdown of Luke Cage, like selling those little DVDs. Weird in this day and age.
Well,
you just put that on YouTube and get some ad revenue.
Yeah, well, can you? Can you get ad revenue on YouTube?
Who knows? Make it a sponsored video.
Yeah.
This episode of Luke Cage getting beat down is brought to you by Harry's Razors.
By the Dollar Shave Club.
Yeah. That would be great.
Yeah.
That would be amazing if they integrate a real world like that.
Oh no.
But yeah, Luke Cage becoming like the mob boss could open up some pretty interesting things, especially for Daredevil, I think.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this is going to have a knock-on effect to these other areas. And I reckon...
Well, it'd be weird if it didn't, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, but there's every chance that it might not as well.
Like, how big is Harlem?
It's huge.
You know what I mean? Like it's, I don't know, is it like 40 blocks?
Yeah, it's
is
not
it even that?
I don't-
Might be like 25 blocks.
Yeah, it's not
I'm
big.
not sure.
But I think if this doesn't have a knock-on effect to the next season that comes out, which I think is Daredevil,
Iron Fist season 2, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
it's going to be a little bit of a letdown because they need to go to Luke Cage and be like, "What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, what you're doing is affecting my areas." And it's kind of like, I want to see a little bit of like coming to heads.
Yeah, well, at the very least, you'd expect like Danny Rand to get involved.
Yeah.
Be like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? I told you to center yourself, not center yourself in the middle of a crime fucking kingdom.
Yeah.
Anyway, overall, pretty good.
Pretty good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, pretty happy with it. Happy with what they did. Was barely bored. But there were some times where I'm just like, all right, let's get through this.
Yeah.
So, you know, we've spoken about where it ranks for you. We've spoken about where it ranks for me in the Marvel Netflix universe. You happy to stick with your rate?
Yeah, absolutely. Going to give this season a good old rating.
Good old rating. Same for me. I will as well. And I am definitely looking forward to that Luke Cage Season 2 soundtrack when that drops on iTunes or Spotify or somewhere. I want it.
And that's going to do it for another week, Troy. Stay tuned for next week when we review the much-awaited classic movie, Die Hard.
Die Hard, taking it all the way back to 1988. We're going right to the very tippy top of Nakatomi Plaza.
Well, not quite. We're going to level 30.
Well, yeah, there were times where, you know, they were on the roof.
They went up to the roof 2 or 3 times.
A couple of times.
Yeah.
There was a lot of roof action in that. So, yeah, we're going to do that finally. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah. I rewatched that this week.
Yep.
And holy moly, what a fun movie that is.
Holds up.
Absolutely.
Absolutely holds up 30 years later.
Yeah.
30-year anniversary of Die Hard this year, too.
Is it
by the
really?
way. Yeah.
Oh, maybe we should save the episode for that.
Oh, well, anyway. So we're going to do that. But until then, where can people find us, man?
People can find us on Facebook under Comic Confidential. If you want to join our listener community, you can do that on Facebook as well. Just search the Comic Confidential listener community and you can join other great listeners of the show.
Indeed.
We also have a Instagram and a Twitter that's at ComicConPod. So if you want to hit us up on those outlets, feel free to do so.
We also have a website. What's that?
ComicConPod.com, past episodes, future episodes, and everything in between.
And we've got Patreon. That's patreon.com/ComicConPod, where you can support the show for as little as $1 a month.
$1.
$1, and that'll get you a bonus episode every goddamn week.
Yep.
Every week, without fail, even though sometimes it fails. I think it's only failed once. But that's more just because, we don't live in the same town right now.
Yeah.
So that is that. And don't forget that the CC Radio Network is out there. And there's a couple of shows on that.
Jump on to our website. You'll see them all on there.
They're all there. There's the Countdown. There's Potterheads, which is back, Season 2.
Yeah, that comes out. Oh, when's this? This comes out
soon.
When this episode drops, Potterheads will be out a couple of days later.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's coming out this week. And you've also got So Here's the Idea as well.
Yes.
Check them all out. They're all fantastic shows. But that's it. We're done. Thanks for listening. As always, I'm Troy.
I'm Cade.
And this has been a Comic Confidential, a pop culture podcast.
Cheers.
Peace. Yeah, bitch. Gonna get some Die Hard action.
How good is that?
Gonna Hans Gruber my life away.
Do it. Let's do it right now.
Gonna groobs. Get the groobs happening.
Ooh, get your groovy on.
Get my groove on. How Troy got his groobs back.
If you love this podcast, then head over to ComicConPod.com to check out the other incredible shows on our network.
Whether you love comedy, pop culture, or movie and TV reviews, CC Radio has got you covered.